Hello students, welcome to the channel. In this video, we'll solve the third writing passage of the May 2018 US SAT, Ancient Acoustics. Built in southern Green in the 4th century BC and rediscovered in the late 19th century, the outdoor amphitheater of Epidaurus is renowned for allowing performers' voices to carry even to the last of its 55 rows. The source of this acoustic quality, therefore, has long been misunderstood. It is not until 2007 that a study by Nico de Klerk and Cindy de Keyser of the Georgia Institute of Technology demonstrated that the theater seating arrangement is the source of its excellent acoustics. Okay, so here I have to choose the right connector. And I'm saying that this outdoor amphitheater of Epidaurus is renowned for allowing performers' voices to carry to the last of its rows. But the source of this acoustic quality has been misunderstood. So this acoustic quality is well known, but its source has not been understood. So there is an inherent but in the connection between the two sentences. So I can't say therefore. However is correct because however is a contrasting connector. So I like this. Instead is used as a replacement, right? Not to show contrast. So it can't be C. And consequently is similar to therefore is in that it indicates a consequence. So it can't be D as well. Option B. Now, in this sentence, I'm saying it is not until 2007. So I'm speaking of the past, so I cannot say it is, I have to say it was. It was not until 2007 that a study by Nico de Klerk and Cindy de Keyser demonstrated that the theater seating arrangement is the source of its acoustics. So this is D. It can't be A. Had not been is past perfect. And past perfect cannot be used in a sentence unless there is another action with respect to which it is used. So it's not B. Would not have been is used to indicate a conditional in the past. So that doesn't make sense here. So the best answer is option D. It was not until 2007 that a study by Nico de Klerk and Cindy de Keyser of the Georgia Institute of Technology demonstrated that the theater seating arrangement is the source of its acoustics. So a study demonstrated, right? And a study by these people demonstrated. So this is essential to the sentence, right? I'm not putting the study and what it demonstrated as separate from the authors of the study. So I don't need any commas here. So the way it's written is fine. I can't have a dash, just as I can't have a single comma after technology. I can't start a new sentence because technology does not finish a sentence. And which demonstrated would mean that the part till technology is a complete sentence, but it is not. So the best answer is A. Before de Klerk and de Keyser's study, many explanations had been proposed for the sound quality at the Epidaurus Theatre. Observers speculated that the direction in which the wind blows, the rhythm of performances in ancient Greece, or the amplifying properties of actors' masks allowed sound from the stage to reach the entire audience. But while these factors may have had some effect, the Greek soprano Maria Callas performed at the theatre in 1960, and actors have performed there without special enunciation or augmentation. So which choice most effectively addresses the theories presented in the previous sentence? So I'm saying here that it could be the direction in which the wind blows, or the rhythm of performances, or the amplifying properties of actors' masks, right? That could have contributed. But while these factors may have had some effect, they could not account for the real reason why sound reached the last row. So obviously the way it's written is not relevant because it's not about who performed at the theater. The theater provides a fitting venue for the annual Epidaurus festival, which features stagings of ancient Greek classics. So again, this is not relevant to the acoustics. Audience members continue to enjoy the beautiful view of a lush landscape beyond the stage. Again, not relevant. Modern plays have been staged at Epidaurus on windless days, right? So this is relevant because I talk about how the blowing of the wind may contribute to the excellent acoustics. So if modern plays have been staged on windless days and actors have performed without special enunciation, then there has to be a different reason for why the acoustics at the theater are so good. Since actors remained audible under all of these conditions and circumstances, the mystery of the theater's acoustics endured. Now, this is a redundancy question because conditions and circumstances mean the same thing. So I don't have to say both. Conditions and in these situations is also redundant. Since actors remained audible means that they could be heard. So this is redundant as well. So D is the best answer. Since actors remained audible under all of these conditions, the mystery endured. In considering the primary source of the theater's sonic properties, de Klerk and de Keyser suspected that the key might be the way sound waves reflect or break apart when they encounter ridged surfaces. Applying mathematical models derived in part from de Klerk's earlier research, which had examined the ways sound waves reflect off a step pyramid at Chichen Itza in Mexico, they found that the tiered rows of limestone benches in the Epidaurus theater affect sound waves in an unusual way. Which choice most effectively introduces the information in the paragraph? So we are looking at how de Klerk and de Keyser began to think of what may contribute to the acoustics. So the way it's written looks good. They were considering the primary source of theater's sonic properties, and they thought that the key might be in the way sound encounters rich surfaces. So I'm going to keep this for now. Sensing that the ancient Greeks and Romans had admired the theater's design. So whether they had admired the theater's design has nothing to do with the acoustics. So this is not relevant. Even though evidence suggests that the Greek builders of the theater did not understand the acoustic principles that account for the quality of sound in the theater. So this again is not relevant to de Klerk and de Keyser's study, because even if the Greeks did not understand, that doesn't really tell me what de Klerk and de Keyser were up to. Curious about the effects of background noise on the sound quality of an ancient outdoor venue such as the Epidaurus Theater, de Klerk and de Keyser suspected that the key might be the way sound waves reflect or break apart when they encounter ridged surfaces. Okay, so this also looks like a good answer because we know that it's an outdoor venue. But then again, I'm not talking about background noise here, right? Yeah, so this doesn't make sense because I'm not saying how background noise affects sound quality. I'm talking about the primary source. And why is that important? Because we have already looked at some of the secondary sources that could not fully account for the great acoustics. So the primary source had to come from somewhere else. So A is the best answer. The waves encounter the theater's seats. As this happens, sounds with frequencies lower than 500 Hertz are significantly dampened, while higher frequency sounds are reflected with little diminution. Which choice most effectively combines the sentences? So after an encounter between the waves and the theater's seats, I don't like this. I think this uses too many words, so I'm not happy with this. When the waves encounter the theater seats, right? So this is precise. This doesn't use extra words, so I like this. The waves happen to encounter the theater seats, and so I want to say when this happens, right? Because and does not really convey the idea of this happening at the same time, so I don't like this either. The waves encounter the theater seats does. No, so does is definitely not correct because I'm not talking about cause effect here. I'm just saying what happens when this encounter takes place. Sounds with frequencies lower than 500 hertz and so on. This filtering effect explains why performers are so easy to hear in the theater. Low frequency sounds such as wind, rustling trees, and other noises coming from the area around the theater are reduced when they bounce off the seats, whereas the high frequency sounds coming from the actors remain relatively unchanged. Performers' voices also contain low tones, and these too are muted by the theater's seats. But this sound reduction doesn't impair actors' audibility because of a neurological phenomenon called virtual pitch. This capacity helps people hear human voices more clearly than hearing less important sounds. So this capacity helps people hear human voices more clearly than less important sounds, right? I'm saying people hear this less than that. So this hearing is not needed here. I just have to say less important sounds. I don't have to say any form of hearing. So A and C are out. And I can't say those of less because I'm actually comparing the voices with the sound. So this pronoun is not needed. When exposed to speech that lacks their typical lower tones. So here, this is a pronoun for speech, right? So it has to be singular. So when exposed to speech that lacks its typical lower tones, so not there because there is plural. And this is abbreviation for they are. And this is abbreviation for it is. So these are wrong as well. When exposed to speech that lacks its typical lower tones, the human brain automatically reconstructs the missing frequencies. At Epidaurus, the combination of virtual pitch and the sound dampening effect of the seats allow performers' voices to be heard fully and clearly from any seat. So I have to decide the correct verb here, and the subject for this is combination, which is singular. So I need to have a singular verb, which is allows, right? The combination of virtual pitch and the sound dampening effect of the seats allows performers' voices. Option D. Allow, have been, and are, they are all plural, so they are wrong. To make this paragraph most logical, sentence 7 should be placed. Okay. Sentence 7 is at Epidaurus, the combination of virtual pitch and the sound dampening effects of the seats allows performers' voices. Okay. So this, I'm introducing virtual pitch here. So obviously it has to come after sentence 4. So any option, yeah, so any option before sentence 4 is not right. Yeah, so it can't be any of these because only when I have introduced virtual pitch can I refer to it. So it has to be A. Okay, let's grade this. $23. BDA double D, BDA DD, and ABBCDA. ABBCDA. Okay, great. So we got all correct. Hope this exercise helped. I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Take care. Bye-bye.